Hello, everyone. Welcome to the preview here on Blood Bowl Live. We are here ready for the much anticipated reveal of all of the rosters for the Ipswich Classic Third Edition, the next tournament in the East Anglian Tournament Series and the third version of this tournament taking place in Ipswich. My name is Chris. I'm joined by Mr. Scott Bryant to go through all of the rosters. Scott, you have had about, I want to say, half an hour with the rosters. I gave you a little look before we did this.
Chris, we on the Twitch, it's just on the stream starting soon page.
Oh, are you sure your stream's not behind? Because it should be. I think we're all here. Are we all here? Someone in the chat tell me that we're
Yes,
here.
we are. Yes, I can say it.
Hey, there we are.
Behind.
Yours is just behind. You're fine.
Hallelujah, brothers and sisters.
You've had half an hour with these rosters. Sum them up in 5 words.
Star players at high, carnage awaits.
Yes, I said to Scott before we started that it feels like we've been living in star player prohibition, and I've just opened a tavern, and now everyone is getting drunk. Anything to tell you before we dive in? Probably not. Why don't we just dive in and immediately start looking at these rosters? 36 rosters to go through, and we will probably fly through them pretty quickly. So, starting off then with Mr. Luke Baggett, his Butchers, his Orc side. We have our first star player of the day, Varag, coming in for this team, giving him effectively 2 trolls. So Varag and a troll. He has then got 2 blockers, both with block. He has got 2 blitzers, one with Mighty Blow, which is his team captain, one with guard, 2 throwers he has brought in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 orc linemen, and then 1 goblin to round out the team. 2 rerolls, 1 dedicated fan, no apothecary. Luke is playing orcs in the league, and 2 trolls in this orc build. This is a pretty filthy start, Scott.
What can I say? This is the man who said tier 1 coaches are cowards, and he's now tier 0.5. This isn't subtlety, is this team is built for one purpose: to destroy the world of other Blood Bowl coaches. Crump and smash, mighty blow, mighty blow, mighty blow, absolutely terrifying. He's got his 2 and 1/6 reroll if we take team captain into effect as well. It really does set the tone that we're going to go through for the next 35 teams. He's maximizing out in terms of the skills on his available standard roster, and he's spicing it up with a star player with good old Varag as well. I looked at this, I thought, I wasn't sure, because I know Luke was discussing, was he going to play orcs and follow his league theme, or was he going to go something a bit more ogres? He's gone for the orcs. Why not? It's terrifying. I don't want to really play against Luke.
No, neither do I. I know that Luke's not watching this, and Luke has already messaged me to tell me to get this on YouTube as quickly afterwards, to make sure he can watch it and see what the rosters are. Luke, you won't be able to see the chat, but the words "try hard" are in there quite a lot. But have fun, enjoy that roster. I think it's going to be very good fun. Why don't you, Scott, take us through this absolutely glorious looking goblin roster? Let it rip.
Let it rip from Simon. Okay, if you thought the previous roster was entertaining, this takes it to another fun level as well. So we have the 2 big guys, the 2 trained trolls. We have the smattering of goblin insanity that we love, the fanatic, the hooligan, and the loony, and the bomber. And then to top it all, chucking your 2 big guys on, your 2-star players with your ball and chain, Fungus and Creek. It's gonna be, you can't just score early and take them off for this team, because Creek will be coming back, and so will Fungus. Both strength 7, both the Whirling Dervishes. Yeah, you might think you could take this team down by looking at the Goblin linemen, but no, this is going to be absolutely filth. What do you think, Chris? And just to say, I haven't grown. I've just put the chair up a bit for tonight, but thank you.
I love the fact that he's got leader on the train troll to get him a reroll. He's got a team mascot. So his rerolls are coming from skills and dice rolls. He's got 3 bribes in there and a bias ref as well. I mean, this is what we love to see. And like, I've got a feeling we're going to see a couple of insane stunty teams. I think the fight for the Stunty Cup tomorrow is going to be insane. So 3 ball and chains, one of which has all 3 of which have mighty blow. Yeah, good luck if you come up against these goblins.
Just pray that Nuffle is smiling upon you, and yeah, 1 leader reroll on that train from.
If I play this team, I'm going to be sending Noblars to 3 dice uphill, those ball and chains, every single time. On to the next team then. It is Mark, and it is the aftermath of coffee, his Nurgle side. We've got more star players coming in. We've got Biorot Vomit Flesh coming in to play on this one. A Rotspawn with guard. A bloater with guard, a bloater with block, a bloater with block, a vanilla bloater, then a pestigore with block, and another pestigore with 2 heads. 4 rotter linemen making up the roster, 2 rerolls here, and a part-time assistant coach as well coming in for this team. Yeah, I mean, this again looks pretty filthy, like a good ball carrier with the 2 heads. What do we think here? I've not seen Bile Rot Vomit Flesh very often, so that's going to be a new one for me.
So Balrog, just to add a bit of a spoiler alert then, Chris. So his putrid regurgitation special move. What is that, you may ask? I'll assume you did say, what is that, Scott?
What is that, I ask? Sorry, I'm eating olives.
Almost professionalism. So what does that mean? So I think it's once per half. Biorot, is it once per half or once per game? I think it's per half. Basically, you can do a block action on a block or part of a blitz, and you can also do a vomit as well. So you can block someone and then go puke on someone next to you. So beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If you look at this, yes, Mark has disappointingly gone away from the Edge Fest into more of the Block Fest. Guard, block, all with disturbing presence on his bloaters, as you'd expect as well. Maybe a bit light in terms of who's actually going to pick up the board. He's got the 2 rerolls. This is going to be fun. Now, if you're looking at this, everybody, and you're thinking, hang on, guys, we've just gone through trolls, we've just gone through orcs, we've just gone through loads of bash. This is more bash. Bear with us. There's going to be a bit more edge to try and counter this up as we go through as well. So yeah, this is one of those teams I saw first on the list, and I love playing Mark. I just really am terrified of playing Mark with this.
Nurgle with 2 strength 5s is if you're an elf team and you're planning to pass your way around this team, just try and come up with a new tactic. It's not going to work. Well, let's go for something a bit more Edge related. Chaos Dwarfs. Why don't you take us through this Chaos Dwarf roster? A roster with no star players, this one.
No, this is young Ben. We actually discussed this thing briefly at the KTC because he was discussing what his options were. So what have we got? So he's put in the safety net around the big guy with the Minotaur. So we've got the 1 Minotaur with block. Then we've got the 2 Bull Centaurs, both with block as well. We've got the Chaw for lineman for the line of scrummage, unsurprisingly as well. So 3 guard pieces. Tackle on the Chaos Dwarf blocker to give any edge dodge heavy teams something to think about. The 2 Flamesmiths with their fine armor 10 as well, and then he's got obviously a couple of sneaky stabbers to put the knife in if there's anything small floating around as well, and a couple of hobgoblin. Again, the 2 rerolls. So it's going to be interesting how coaches utilize their rerolls. I think you're right, Chris. When you set the roster, you've really let the star player imagination out of the bag. My question is going to be really good tomorrow to see how coaches manage their limited rerolls.
I think actually this roster makes me think that, like, we're going to see a lot of star players, but I don't think a star player is going to guarantee you success. I think this roster looks quite safe. But I think it will do well. I think having the kind of increased budget that he's had with these Chaos Dwarves really allowed him to kind of fill this up. He's got a good number of dwarves there, a good number of armor 10. I think it's going to be a really good roster. And I can see Ben doing really well with it. So
Dave calls out, Dave's calling out in chat. Oh boy, Ben, he did well in KTC. He did very well in KTC and at the Curry and the Beer House slightly later as well. Look forward to seeing young Ben tomorrow as well.
Let's continue with the Edge teams and have a look at some Black Hawks, shall we? The Chicago Blackhawks here coming in. No star players once again. A trained troll with block, 2 Blackhawks with mighty blow, 2 with guard, 2 with tackle. A goblin bruiser with dirty player. He's gone for 3 rerolls. He's gone for a bribe here. This feels like a pretty good Blackhawk roster. He's got a good number of subs here, so he can do whatever shenanigans he wants to with those goblins. This feels kind of good, maybe kind of what we would expect, but I think this is a promising roster.
I'm liking this roster, Chris. I'm liking this roster because, yes, you've got the atypical train troll with block there. You've got the 2 mighty blow pieces on your blocks, and you've got your guard. But then he hasn't just gone guard across the rest of the Orcs as well. He's got 2 tackle pieces, so that if anything Edge doesn't get out of the way and fails that reroll, and there will be Edge coaches who do that tomorrow. As a result, then with one dirty player plus the bribe as well, anything on the floor, watch out. This is going to be a very difficult team. And as you said, the 3 rerolls is going to give that team a bit more of a, that safety net without the star player. I think keep an eye out for the Blorg team. I think this is going to give other teams a bit of a headache.
Yeah, I've not seen any teams so far that I don't think, if things go their way, couldn't have a absolutely great day. So this is, I'm loving these rosters so far. Why don't you bring us through, take us through some legitimate Edge, take us through this Dark Elf team.
Take us through Nick's Dark Elf team, the Dark Side Stabbers. Dark Elves have obviously had a bit of an interesting time as we move into season 3. So the old traditional go-to roster of having the 2 Witch Elves plus then the 4 Blitzers who were always blodge pieces as well, now reduced slightly. So I can see there what Nick's done. He's got the block and the tackle. So interestingly, hasn't gone for the wrestle piece with the Witch Elf as well. Unsurprisingly, the 2 Blitzers who are now blodge pieces, and 2 dodge Dark Elf assassins as well, always causing trouble around the back of the pitch. He's actually been able to get the 12 players and 3 rerolls. Who needs an APOC? Who does? So I think the 3 rerolls, is going to make up for the lack of star player and the fact that he doesn't have those extra blodge pieces which were inherent last season.
Yeah, he's got a keg in this build, so that will hopefully bring some players back. Interesting that he's gone for both assassins and not gone for any runners. I think maybe the addition of hit and run on the assassins is probably a factor there. So I often used to see rosters that just didn't bother with the assassins. I'm now wondering whether they are interesting enough pieces to kind of more unique, and that hit and run can be really well utilized. So
I think as well, the stab play, when you're playing anything stunty, anything armor 8, and you think how much more armor 8 pieces there are in the game. If we think about the Bretonian lineman, if we think about Norse lineman, there's enough in there at armor 8 for a good roll of the dice to take pieces off the board. So I can understand taking the assassins totally over the throwers as well. Thrower might give you the extra leader if you go for that skill setup as well, and it gives you dump off, but yeah, dump off's not necessarily as good as it used to be.
Yeah, Daz has made a good point in the chat that hit and run means that you can kind of, that stab and move is now very, very kind of powerful. So let's see how he gets on, but let's move on to the next team. It is Imperial Nob Edge 3. It is Imperial Nobility, no surprise there. We have got 4 bodyguards, all with guard. We have got 2 blitzers, 1 with dodge and 1 with strip ball. We've got 1 thrower. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Imperial retainers, and the first of many instances where we have got Skrog coming in, the Yeti star player, with, an incredible skill. So 3 rerolls with this team, a temporary cheerleader being taken as well. Scott, just remind everybody what Pump Up the Crowd does, because it could be very powerful, I think, over the day.
It could be very powerful, especially when you combine it with claws, Chris, and block, and of course Juggernaut. So this guy Skorg is going to be, I'd imagine, the main blitz piece. So pump up the crowd if you're not familiar with that. What that means is if Skorg causes a casualty as part of a block action, so not players dodging out, failing rerolls, typical elves, or anything like that. So if he causes a casualty through a block stroke blitz action, for the duration of that drive, then you will get an extra reroll. Okay, but if you don't use it within that drive, then obviously you lose it anyway. So it is a bit of a nice one. So if you can get the good dice rolls, you've got another reroll in the bag. That's really, really nice. Not as good, of course, as any Yeti would be throwing a pig, but that's a story for another day.
It's a shame that they can't throw pigs, and it will always be the Yeti's downfall. Dazamax in the chat saying good to mention this. Yeti has no frenzy, so he doesn't have to stick himself in after blitzing. Just for my clarification, that pump up the crowd, is that once per half?
No, you could have it every drive. If you cause a casualty, then for that drive, the remainder of that drive, you get a reroll.
So once per drive.
If you casualty someone per drive, congratulations, you got a reroll.
Okay.
I believe it doesn't stack. So if you cause 2 casualties in a drive,
You just get the one.
Yeah. So as the TO, just to confirm that, Chris, as well for tomorrow.
Perfect. Incredible. Okay, we are at our second stunty team. Scott, why don't you take us through the Experimentals halflings?
The Experimentals. Good evening, Ash, if you are in chat. So we've got the 2 treemen for the line, both with block as usual. They've got all the fun tree things included, Mighty Blow, Stand Firm. We've got a halfling hopeful for sure feet and 1 for sprint. So that will give him 2 options if he's looking for that 1-turn touchdown as well. However, let's scroll down a bit more and see who appears at the bottom. Look who we've got. We've got the biggest tree in the box. We've got Deep Root Strong Branch there. So he is coming in. You'll have to remind me what reliable is, Chris. But the one I love is he's got Jordal Fresh Breeze. The elf bullshit incarnate as well. So if you want something special to walk into cages, that's your man.
Also coming in a half, so he's not taken any rerolls, but he has gone for the halfling master chef. He's going to be taking your rerolls away. Just to confirm then what reliable does. If Deep Root makes a fumbled throw when performing a throw teammate action, the player that was being thrown will bounce as normal, but would automatically land safely. So whether that means Deep Root will be the main thrower in this team, I'm not sure. It will certainly be interesting to see. It does have a better throwing stat. And like you say, Ash has filled out this team with throwable halflings. So yes, reload that tree and keep throwing, I think is possibly going to be the play. I can't wait to see all these stunty teams because they are looking absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look at Mr. John Reeder and the Hellfire Howlers. Then he's bringing his Necromantic Horror team, a team that he's done very well at tournaments and league level with. He has gone for 4 zombie linemen, a flesh golem with guard, another flesh golem with guard. He has got a werewolf with block. He has got 2 wraiths. He has got a ghoul runner with wrestle, another ghoul runner that is vanilla, and then he has gone for Ivan, the animal death shroud, as well. He has got 2 rerolls in this team. Comes with the necromancer. He's got a team mascot as well to possibly up that to 3. It's probably worth mentioning that if you look at John Reeder's standings with Necromantic Horror, he is number 1 in the UK and number 1 overall in the current standings of Tour Play. This is not a team I want to face and not a coach I want to face tomorrow.
I love playing John Reeder, I have to say, the man, the myth, the legend. And as if by that, I'm expecting him to appear in chat. John Reeder, if those who do not join the ADBBL Monday night roundup, if you mention his name 3 times like Candyman, he will appear. So we're looking at that. Yeah, John, as if he doesn't know.
There he is. He appeared in the chat. Well done, Scott. You summoned the boy. Well done.
Phil has mentioned John has never won a tournament. We must remind ourselves. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's only so much that a man can take. I think John likes to spread the winningness and the love around as well. I was looking at this thinking John's gone pretty regular, pretty safe in terms of what you'd expect from him with his Necro. And then I saw Ivan the Animal at the bottom there as well. I didn't know whether to feel insulted, terrified, or, disappointed really that John has to resort to star players. But we will see. If you're going to take there are lots of different options. He could have gone the Will Cheney route. He could have gone for the Banshee route, but no, he's gone for Ivan the Animal. Against dwarfs, I don't think there's any dwarfs, spoiler alert, but we shall wait.
Does it apply
see.
to Chaos Dwarfs?
I don't know. We'll have to check if it applies to dwarfs.
I would
But
assume
anyway,
it applies to any positional with the dwarf thing. So hopefully he'll come up against the Chaos Dwarfs from earlier.
it will. All I will say to any coach,
OWA. Dave said OWA as well. Sorry.
It is OWA. Thank you, Dave. All I will say though, if you do get drawn against John Reeder, you will have a very good experience and a very good match.
Good luck, John. A very strong roster. Will this be the tournament that he wins? Let's see. Let's move on to a Edge-based team. Then why don't you take us through the Rainbow Pros? Good name, good logo. Take us through this team.
The Rainbow Pros, and when you think they're union, if you look at the names and you can make the connection even better. So I loved coaches like this who have gone the full works on the theme. This is the Honeyman, good old Carl, playing filthy underworld in the league at the moment. So what's he got for us? So he's gone for Cannoneer on the thrower to really hoof the ball down the pitch. He's added dodge to both of his catchers, as you'd expect. That's pretty much the go-to for the elves as well. Dodge on both the blocks. He's got the blodge steppers in terms of both of his blitzers. Then he's got wrestle and strip ball and kick, which is an interesting. Plus, as well, to have a lineman called Nye Bevan. I'm assuming you know who Nye Bevan was, Chris, the founder of the NHS. But
I do. Played by Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen.
Yep.
You're almost one step away from being adopted. Okay, so. It's going to be an interesting one. Carl's got several options here if he wants to try and go after the ball. He's got the blodge side steppers who are just going to sit next to a cage and walk all the way around it as people try to block them as well. So this is going to be a team I'm really interested to see how they go against some of the big bashy teams that we've seen earlier as well. Don't necessarily have that one-turn touchdown apart from Cannoneer, but he's got to do a bit of work to get that movement 8 piece into place as well. So it'll be interesting how he goes about that. But hey, Fumble Ruski, that could always come out when you needed to save the day. Put the ball on the floor, pick it up, and off you go. Plus, he does have the 3.5 re-rolls, so he's got that in his bag.
Yeah, and at 14 players in an APOC with Elven Union, you're pretty. You're going to hope that you're pretty safe from attrition, which is something that they would probably suffer with. So, yeah, I think he'd probably be hoping that you've got a good he keeps a good number of players on. I really hope that we see some Fumbleruski nonsense. But so, Carl, please let us know tomorrow if you end up doing some real pure Fumbleruski shenanigans. Let's go to the next team. Then we have got the Langdon Looters. It is a Norse side. We have got 2 Valkyries with dodge. We have got 2 Berserkers, both with mighty blow. We have got 2 Ulfwerners, both with block. He has brought 2 beer pigs into this roster, 4 linemen, and we are seeing Skrorg once again. 2 rerolls, an assistant coach, and a cheerleader. In this side. Norse already come with a lot of block. He's added block to some players that don't have it. He's turned those Valkyries into difficult positions to knock down. This is going to be a strong roster to play, and I like a thematic star player within the team. So I like that he's chosen the Yeti.
I love that. I think this is where the Yeti should be. We've talked about throw pig, but that's for another day. 3 mighty blow pieces plus all of that block. Is he going to be a light in terms of what mighty concern? There are only 2 re-rolls, and of the 13 players, 2 are beerballs. So, and we do forget, yes, they've got block, but the Berserkers, they're only strength 8. So just to keep an eye out. I think it's a very good setup for where Norse are at the moment in the league, in the meta. So he's got block on both of his Ulfwerners. Yes, he's got dodge in terms of his Valkyries. I was surprised that he didn't put something, maybe a bit, something different, maybe a wrestle or maybe another piece in terms of those Valkyries. But to have those 2 catch strip ball pass pieces as well. they're always going to be able to give you that moving the ball quick option if you need it, or get it amongst all of those block insane mighty blow pieces.
Yeah, and I think actually the more of these rosters I see, all of them have some positionals that if you get the opportunity to get it off the field, you want to take it. And having a couple of beer balls that can run in and do that foul, I think might turn out to be quite handy. So I think if your star player goes down against this team, it's going to get fouled. I think that's what's going to happen. Good luck to the Norse side there. And as if we planned it, Scott, as if we planned it, it's your turn to tell us about the delightful Dirty Golden Browns, your Skaven roster. Talk us through this one.
So I went with Skaven one because I've done a lot of elves over the last several months, so I'm just putting them to one side at the moment. And as Slan weren't allowed, I thought I'll go back to the Rats. So these are my original team that I played with starting Blood Bowl as well. Went across the board in terms of what we could do to see how they play now in the season 3 meta. Just the 2 gutter runners. I was debating about whether to take Skitter as the third, but I went with the 2 in the end. 1 block, 1 sidestep for that 1-turn touchdown option. For the 2 blitzers, I was just looking at Mighty Blow for that extra piece, but I've gone for tackle and I went for Mighty Blow, especially if there is a lot of dodge and stunties, and to try and have a bit of a defense against some bash teams as well. Juggernaut on the Roger, as you always do. 1 dirty player, a tackle and a block on the extra Rats as well. 3 rerolls, a couple of assistant coaches if the kickoff event goes my way. And I decided to throw in a cheeky bribe. So basically, if I see anything on the floor, I'm just going to jump all over its head, just in terms of fun and relationship building.
I think I think a lot of people were talking about how Skaven are possibly kind of ruined in this new edition and no longer alive. I'm looking at this build and I do appreciate that, you know, there's possibly 50k additional treasury that some tournaments don't give, but I'm looking at this build and I'm thinking Skaven are not a dead team. 8 chosen skills, 2 gutter rudders, a rat ogre, 3 rerolls, and realistically, Scott, you could have had 5. So this is not a dead team. You could have had 5, you could have 4 in an APOC, you could have more line rats. Skaven are looking good. Skaven will remain good, and yeah.
I just wanted to go in term because of there's either going to be a lot of dodge. There was either, you know, I wasn't sure, were people going to go a lot of stunty teams? Were people going to go a lot of block heavy teams? So for me, this gives me, you know, a nice set of tools tomorrow in terms of, yes, I can score quick. Yes, I can, you know, as long as I stay away from too many blocks or blitzes, I've got enough players. So hopefully that'll help with the attrition. And if I see a player on the floor, I will be jumping, as I've said, on its head with the most love and kind affection in the world.
Jump away, my friend. Jump away. Let's move on to the next team. Then it is humans, decidedly average. And we have got Skrorg making another appearance here. We have got 2 blitzers, 1 with Mighty Blow, 1 with Guard, and one of those blitzers has been given the team captain. We've got 2 catchers, both with blocks, so 2 blodging catchers there. We've got leader on a thrower. We've got Guard on an ogre. So again, we've got another team here that have got 2 strength 5s in the lineup. We're seeing a lot of multiple strength 5s on teams that normally don't have them. 2 rerolls and an APOC and a team mascot here. So 2.5 rerolls for this
and
team.
Of course with Captain Chris, you're technically talking 2 and 5/6, but hey, let's not split it, or 4/6. Yeah. So I think Shane's got a good team with this one. I think he's going to have a lot of entertainment. He, as you said, 2 strength 5 pieces, both with Mighty Blow as well. Plus, because don't forget, we said he's got the 3 team, the 1 mascot, the team captain, and that pump up the crowd. So as long as he gets his casualties and his dice roll, Shane's not going to be short of team re-rolls tomorrow.
Yeah, I think this is I think humans generally, I always feel, are a bit kind of can easily fly under the radar. I think they've got better in the new edition, and I think this is a very smart roster. I think there's lots of ways that Shane could just have unlimited rerolls, and then you're gonna struggle to fight against him. So
the one thing I was surprised at, and I don't have Shane's in chat. I don't want chat also think about this as well. The one thing I was surprised, I was expected to see in here. Yes, he's got the 2 big guys. Yes, he's got the 2 blodge catchers now at strength 3, of course. didn't take that halfling hopeful just to have that additional one-turn touchdown up his sleeve if he needed it.
Yeah, I guess you would have been sacrificing the APOC or one of your strength threes. Yeah,
Even an APOC, so
interesting. Yeah, it's a good show. I mean, I would have snuck one in because I love to throw teammate. Which brings us on nicely to my roster that I'm bringing tomorrow. At the moment, numbers will allow me to play, but we'll see if everyone turns up in the morning. I've gone.
Obviously, the first big thing we need to say, there is no lizard to be seen.
No lizards
No
for
lizards to
me.
be seen.
Anyone expecting 6 Blocksaurus? I'm very sorry, not this time.
You've
Instead,
got lots of block.
we've got 4 block ogres. So we've got 4 ogre blockers all with block, 1 with bullseye. We've then got a leader. We've then got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Noblar linemen. 1 reroll, 1 mascot, and then riotous rookies. So we are playing the riotous rookies lottery to see if we should always get up to at least 16, but we might get up to 20. We're playing a bit of a reroll lottery with a bit of a bonehead lottery with leader and then a mascot, and then so various things like that we are kind of toying with. Yeah, I'm going to be trying to bullseye some star players. I'm going to try and block as much as I can, and we're just going to see. We're just going to see how we get on.
So just pure shits and giggles tomorrow, then, Chris.
Tomorrow, I am going for shits and giggles. Absolutely. Me and Tom Feeks have got a stunty bingo card that we're going to try and complete with our 2 teams tomorrow. Yes. No, can't believe I didn't go for Scrog. I don't know if you can with ogres. I'm not sure. Somebody check that for me and let us know.
But
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to seeing lots of kicked and thrown linemen, whether it's their touchdown or whether it's just to kill other opposition players.
Absolutely. Excuse me. Why don't you take us through the New Elven Patriots, then this Elven Union side, and the first appearance of the Zote?
Second Elven Union. This is Gary's team, the new Elven Patriots. Yep. So it is again another Elven Union, second Elven Union team that we've got in this roster, and it's the Hypno big guy himself. So Zolcath the Zote, now Hypno on a 3-up for the Excuse Me, Are You a Zote? I believe, and if someone can check in chat, I believe that's a once per game Hypno, which obviously is on a 3-up as well. Still strength 5, still got Juggernaut as well, plus that Mighty Blow and Prehensile Tail. So if you stand next to him, you're not going anywhere. It's a really nice mix that he's got here in terms of the players. You've got 1 tackle blitzer, you've got 1 strip ball blitzer as well. So not that generic blodge side stepper that we traditionally see as well. Pro on the catcher. So if the catcher isn't marked and he's down the pitch, we know where the ball is going. Block on the other catcher as well. So pro for the reroll, block on the other catcher, cannoneer on the thrower, as people like to do with Elven Union, plus then wrestle on the elf lineman. 2 rerolls, no mascot. So yeah, it'll be interesting, I think, with this one. If we can keep the rerolls, play them at the right time, I think this is going to be a lot of fun against those big bashy. The only concern I've got, just the 11 players. Yes, he's got the APOC, but is 11 players, Chris, going to be enough against so much bash?
Yeah, I think he's relying on the APOC a little bit there, and maybe relying on the strength of the Zote to see how he gets on. But I think we've seen before, and you can go onto BloodbowlLive and look at past Elven Union games. We've seen people score as long as you've got 4 elves on the pitch. So there will be that element where if he can just with Cannoneer as well, and with catch and diving catch and nerves of steel and pro on that catcher. Even if he goes down players, he can still score. On the Zote special skill, there's a bit of chat about it in the chat. Thank you, Carl, for confirming that Squirrel can play for ogres. Once per game, when activated, may select an opposition player within 3 squares, and the selected player immediately becomes distracted. No dice roll required. So the Zote could be quite key, particularly for some, being able to break through a defense and then maybe do a long pass. I think that could be quite a nice tactic here for these elves.
I agree. I think it does give the elves a lot of flexibility. It gives them a few extra things that give the opposition coach several things to think about as well. So yes.
Why don't you take us through, or you took us through that one? I'll take us through this one. I'm losing track. I'm too excited, Scott. Let's have a look at this shambling undead side here. Bonafide Brigade, Ollie's bringing along. We've got 2 white blitzers, both with Mighty Blow. Block tackle, Mighty Blow on 2 pieces is filthy. 2 Ghoul Runners already come with dodge. Now they've got block. We've then got 2 skeleton linemen. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zombie linemen. And then we've got 2 mummies with guard. 2 assistant coaches and 5, count them, 5 rerolls for this shambling undead side. No mega traits, strength 5s with mighty blow and 5 rerolls. I think Ollie's going to have some fun.
I think Ollie is going to be to shambling what John Reader is going to be to Necro. He's had a great season in Ibble this season. Really had some good games with the shambling undead, and absolutely mighty blow on both of the blitzers as well. Then he's got the 2 blodge pieces with the ghoul runners. Guard on the mummies, as you said, not just 1, not just 2, but 5 re-rolls. Plus, of course, don't forget, he's got 2 assistant coaches. So if the kickoff event goes his way, that could easily be 6 for the opening drive, which is filth. So I think Ollie is going to have a fantastic time and cause a lot of chaos tomorrow. Really looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, and I do have to. I want to say now. I'll thank him tomorrow, but a thank you to Ollie, who was basically offered and on hook to just be the spare player for the day. We've sorted it out so that he can play guaranteed, but he was very willing to just kind of be here to help for the day. So thank you very much, Ollie. It was really appreciated. And have a good day tomorrow.
Just before we go on, Chris, Phil's calling it out in chat. Agree. Yeah, Ollie did great in this Ibble season 11 as well. So, Phil might have put the kiss of death on him by expecting big things from him tomorrow. So, Ollie, if you don't have a good day, blame Phil. And Ollie's player naming is always on top form, as you can see there as well.
I do appreciate every player being named in a roster. It is a personal like of mine. Okay, why don't you take us through this one then? It's the old dog and bone. It's Justin. It's Tomb Kings. What has he done here?
It's the magnificent Justin Smith as well. He's gone away from his knobs. He's gone to what we've seen him play in a couple of tournaments now, the good old boners themselves. So this is the old dog and bone this time. What's he done? So I thought when I started looking at this roster, okay, I can appreciate mighty blow, guard. But then if you scroll down, as well as having those souped up guard, mighty blow, tomb guardians and leader on the thrower and tackle on a blitzer to give people something to worry about, he just decided to bring the dog along as well. Mr. Wilhelm Cheney, the savage mauling wonder himself. Strength 4 werewolf with frenzy. What's not to love about that? 2 rerolls. So yeah, that'd be my only concern in terms of the number of rerolls. But we know Justin can play games without rerolls. He doesn't like to use too much dice anyway. So I think this is going to be a really interesting way of playing the Tomb Kings. I think the only thing he's got to be careful of, and there is a pun coming up, so warning, is how those Tomb Kings are going to keep Wilhelm on a leash so he doesn't get too out of control and get too far away from the ball.
Yes, I really. Firstly, I'm loving the theme of the skeletons and then Wilhelm and giving the dog a bone. Absolutely loving it. Will be interesting to see how he plays with Wilhelm here because it gives him an incredible amount of speed that this team is simply not used to. So you would suspect Wilhelm's going to be the main ball carrier, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he kind of manages that injection of speed in this team. But I think it's a very good shout. Let's keep going then. We've got many to get through. It's our first Snotlings. It is the cunning runts that have been brought in. Is our first view of Snotlings, and it's as disgusting as any of us would have expected Snotlings to be with this rule set. We have got 2 train trolls, one with block, one with guard. We have got 2 bump wagons, both with break tackle. I think that's fantastic. We've got 2 stilty runners. We've then got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 snotling linemen coming in. We have then got Ripper and we have got Skitter. We have got a speedy rat. We have got a big punchy strength 6. It's what you expect to see with snotlings. Only the 1 reroll with this team. He has also gone for the riotous rookies. So that is a big roster plus rookies. Scott, I think I think I expected there to be at least one, maybe a few Snotling rosters that went for this kind of route. We know that this is going to be a strong build. There's just too many players to get rid of. People are going to be facing a lot of Snotlings on the pitch at the same time, and it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, this is exactly what you'd expect from a Snotling roster. It's body counts. Plus, of course, then as you said, you've got the big guy Ripper, you've got Skitter who can give you not just the one-turn touchdown option and that strength nine, the movement 9 piece. Of course, Master Assassin means he can re-roll the injury roll once per game if he wants to. Sorry, once per half. I was interested to find and had a look at what people were going to do with pump wagons. People have obviously talked about armbar and other fun fouling skills as well. So break tackle, so 2-ups, and yeah, they're going to be away and away quick.
Yeah, I'm disappointed not to see a pile driver on the pump wagon, but I think 2 break tackle is pretty disgusting. Like, you know, Juggernaut Mighty Blow, break tackle, getting out of trouble and then smacking something. This is going to be this is going to be one to look out for when it comes to the Stunty Cup. The Stunty Cup is looking like a fight. I think more people are going to care of best Scrog and Stunty Cup than they are the winner of the whole tournament. Why don't you take us through the next roster then? And we have got another Norse roster here and another Yeti.
We have got Grumpy Gust and we have got the Iceni Ragers. So if we think about what we saw with the previous team, yes, we also have 2 block Ulfwerners. We have leader now on the Valkyrie instead of Dodge rather, for the leader reroll. We have 2 guards on the Norse Berserkers. And then if we go down, oh, look who's turning up again. Skorg, pump up the crowd for that additional reroll. Plus he's got, then he has got 1 tackle raider as well, which is going to be very interesting and maybe a bit of a pain in the neck for all of those Edge teams as well. 2 rerolls, no APOC as well. So this is going to be a very interesting way in terms of how these Norse play. I think, yeah, I'm this sort of team I don't really want to play tomorrow. Too much block and everything, but hey, it's what it is, isn't it? It's going to be really interesting how Skorg behaves tomorrow. So it'll be good to get feedback from the coaches running him. Does he behave? You know, is he going to be going for it? Is the loner 4+ going to be impactful at all? So from a Norse perspective, I think this is a really solid team. Hasn't got the pings.
Yeah, there's a lot of love and hatred for Skrog in the chat because there's lots of who can kill the most Skrog, and there's also a lot of who is the best Skrog. So I just love it. I like the rogue tackle lineman in this one. I think that's quite good. I think we've seen there's quite a few stunty teams in here, so there is a good amount of dodge lingering around. So a block tackle piece to kind of go in and cause some trouble, I think is probably a good shout. So good luck to the Norse side, the second of 2 Norse teams. Let's have a look then at the next team. I'm losing track of where I am. Here we go.
We're on Amazon.
We're on Amazon.
So we're going away from the inherent block to the inherent dodge. So Chris, what do we got here?
We have got 2 Piranha Warriors, 1 with block and 1 with wrestle. We have got 2 Jaguar Warriors, 1 with block and 1 with defense, 1 with guard. We have got a Python Warrior with block, and then we have got a bunch of linemen or line women or line people, 1 with block as well. All the rest coming with the usual dodge. We've only got 1 reroll in this side, but they have splashed out the 300,000 for a halfling master chef. They've got 1 assistant coach here as well. An interesting choice to take the halfling master chef when you are a team with so much built-in key reroll in dodge, to then not go for a star player, not flesh out on rerolls, and instead just rely on stealing it from others. That's a filthy tactic that you love to see, isn't it?
Love it. Absolutely. I saw this and I looked at the list.
Steal Skrog.
Yeah, I looked at this list and I thought, where's this going now? Because when you look at this in terms of 12 players, it's got what you'd expect in terms of an Amazon setup. And we've seen this before in the meta, but to see the actual, kahunas in terms of going for that filthy master chef, love it. Absolutely love it. Where you're going to go with this one? So as long as the Master Chef behaves, gets the re-rolls away from the opposition, I think this is going to be a very interesting proposition to go up against, Chris. And I think that Halfling Master Chef, if it plays the dice roll well, I think that is going to be more than enough in terms of not having a star player.
Yeah, I think Amazons are powerful enough as it is, and sacrificing your roster to take something that puts your opponent at a detriment is only going to make them stronger. So a very interesting shout, and will be good to see how it gets on. Let's move on then from Amazons, and why don't you talk us through this shambling undead side, Bones?
Apologies, I jumped off. I was looking at the blogs. The next one. Give me 2 seconds to. Yeah, sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe. Didn't want to miss you out. Let's go to Bones and the shambling undead. He says when the computer decides to.
Would you like me to do this one, and you can do the Black Orcs next?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you,
Yeah, let's do
Chris.
that. We have got 2 mummies in this roster, no additional skills added. We've got 2 white blitzers, both with additional mighty blow. We have got 2 ghoul runners, both with block. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 linemen coming in on this side. 5 zombies and 1 skeleton. And then we have got another appearance of Ivan the Animal Death Shroud coming in as well. 2 rerolls, Necromancer is in there, 2 assistant coaches, all making out this roster. So there's a good number of subs there. He's gone for the higher armor, slower zombies as his main ones, but kept a cheeky skeleton in there as well. So again, I think quite a strong one. I think it's interesting to see with teams like Shambling where you are sacrificing your skills quite so much to get the star player in. He still decided to go in and take that star player. So I think that's an interesting shout.
It is definitely, Chris. We saw on the previous roster that there were 2 guard mummies in there as well, which at strength 5 can be a difficult thing. But of course, as you said, sacrificing it against that Ivan the Animal Death Shroud. So it'll be interesting to see how he fares. If you want to go for it, 2 dice uphill against the mummy is not going to be a bad thing. So I think it does give you that opportunity as an opposition coach. However, if you don't get away, be prepared to be pounded, especially with those 4 mighty blow pieces that are sitting there just in case as well. 2 rerolls. Hopefully that'll give him enough in terms of getting around the park for the day. But I think it's a pretty good team for Shambling.
Yeah, I think this
teams I'm looking at thinking I don't really want to play those guys, but hey.
Yeah, I think I might just not play tomorrow. I think there's no. It's really good to see. No, like I don't think there's. I think it's rare you go to a tournament and there's easy games, but it's good to see. So and there's not easy games, but so many rosters here that are so good. The next roster is Wood Elves. Do you have the Wood Elf roster up, or do you have the Black Orcs?
I do have the quarter pounders up in front of me in terms of the Wood Elf. So let's take them through it. So what have we got? Well, we've got the typical 2 war dancers setup, 1 tackle, 1 strip ball. That's what you like to see. I know people talk about the combinations of possibly frenzy, sidestep as well, but I like tackle, strip ball. I think it gives you a nice optimal balance. Wrestle on one of the Wood Elf linemen. Watch out for that one if you're on the floor and you've got dirty players around you, and particularly snotlings or noblars. Dodge on 2 of the Wood Elves as well. We've got the tree. The tree is a bit of a Marmite thing for elf coaches. Personally, I don't use it because I always get stung by the take root, but it does give you that strength 6 piece on the line as well. Although, again, 2 dice uphill, there's no inherent skills in that. So it's more probability that it is going to go down. Leader on the thrower as expected to take up to 3 rerolls, including leader as well. 1 dedicated fan, 1 assistant, and then 1 APOC to look after those war dancers and the catchers as well. So yeah, it's going to be very interestingly as well when I saw this that yes, you've got the 1 turn option with the dodge sprint Wood Elves catchers now. Interestingly, no skills put on those at the, so it'll be interesting. My sacrifice would have been those 2 linemen to at least have 1 blodge and 1 sidestep on the catchers. But hey, this will be interesting, but I'm not a tree boy.
Yeah, I was going to say the tree I know is not something that you're as keen on. So, but I think looking at the amount of multiple strength 5s that we have in teams that do or don't normally have them. I'm wondering whether the tree might be kind of a nice roadblock, a bit of protection for some of the key players here. But there's so many things out there. I mean, there's so many Scrogs to take that tree down on an armor 8. Once the tree goes, what are the elves going to hide behind?
Well, you've got Scrog, you've got Wilhelm Chaney, we've just seen. We've got, Ivan kicking around in there as well. Plus, you've got lots of big blocks, big uns, blockers, blitzers as well, all with Mighty Blow, all with block as well. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting how that tree stands firm. Pun fully intended.
Let's have a look at some Black Orcs, shall we? We've got another Black Orc.
But just a kudos for Josh for taking Wood Elves. That's he gets my vote. So there you
go. You've got a friend in Scott, Josh. Black Orcs, let's have a look at this roster. We have got a lot of block here. We have got Dumbo, the train troll, with block. We have then got 1, 2, 3, 4 Black Orcs, all coming with block. We have then got 2 Black Orcs coming with guard. We have Bubbles with the dirty player goblin, and then we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goblin linemen, 2 rerolls and an APOC coming in, and 2 bribes in this roster as well. We've got a dirty player here. We've got a team that can throw teammate. We've got bribes. I think we can expect to see quite a lot of fouling coming from this Black Orc team. Maybe a thrown goblin getting behind the line and then fouling something. Who knows? But either way, it looks quite fun.
I like the team. Black Orc. I like this team as a non-star player reliant setup, Chris. As you said, block on the troll, block then so much block again with Baller, so they can be, and grab can help move players around that line of scrummage. So if you've got a lineman who survives the first block action, just expect more pain and more dice rolls coming your way very, very quickly. You've got the 1-turn touchdown, which means you can't sacrifice coming up and too aggressive in terms of your defense. You have to think about that 1-turn touchdown. But if anything is on the floor, that little dirty player is, Bubbles is going to have an absolute field day, plus 2 bribes to go. So, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this team do. This is, again, one of those teams I looked at and I thought, I know there's no star player, but this is one team I just don't want to play. Or if I do want to play it, manage expectations.
I think no star player, but the ability to frustrate for sure is going to be really key in that roster. Why don't you take us through the first high elf roster on the list? What does this look like, Scott?
So first of all, big shout out for the first high elf. I myself was going to look at taking high elves, haven't finished painting them, and I'm not going to play grey. Don't insult people like that. But looking at this team, it's been a really interesting discussions online in terms of how people are going to set up for high elves. So if we look at it, first of all, we have the 1 warrior, the thrower with cannoneer. So that'll give the additional +1 when you're looking at a long pass as well. Dodge on the 2 white lions. Interesting that, because people have been talking about the dodge, myself included, as well as having claws and wrestle. Do you go with maybe a bit of a frenzy? Do you go with a bit of a tackle piece? But I think claws and dodge and wrestle against some things that we've just looked at, some of the blocks, some of the trees. If you want to take down the armor, claws is wonderful for that as well. Dragon Princes with block and dodge, absolutely gimme. And kick on that high elf lineman, a really nice choice that is. So if you get the kick on the event, you can sweep around and cause your opposition all sorts of trouble. So I really like this. 4 rerolls, which is really nice as well. I think the 1.2 million has given them that extra, but it just shows how you can build a 12-player roster for 1/150 with 3 rerolls as well. So I think this is going to be really interesting. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on high elves tomorrow.
I think it'll be very interesting. It'll be the first time I've seen high elves in this new format out at a tournament. It'll be interesting to kind of see how they get on, how they kind of behave in this tiering as well. 4 rerolls looks very nice for them. 4 rerolls in Edge 2 always feels very nice. So it'll be really good to see. This will be a good kind of, I think there'll be a lot of people who have maybe bought high elves who will then be kind of watching their performance over tomorrow. Okay, let's move on to the next roster then. It is the Hobnobblers. It is Mr. Tom Feeks and his gnomes, and it is a roster which is looking like it's going to have some fun. We have got two tree men, two standard alternate tree men, one with block, one with bullseye. I'm loving strong arm bullseye. We have then got two Beastmasters with dodge. We have got an illusionist with dodge. Another regular illusionist. We've got two foxes. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 throwable gnomes at the bottom there. And 2-star players for this gnome side. We have got Maple Highgrove and we have got Acorn the Squirrel coming in. 3 rerolls, 1 keg coming in for this side as well. Mr. Feeks has been doing rather well with gnomes in his league over the last few weeks. But he's brought some interesting star players here, and I think he's expecting me and him to meet on the bottom table. I think he could do quite well with these gnomes.
I think he could do quite well. So if we want to talk filth, we always talk Tom Feeks. Skong777 has made it in chat. Love this. Thank you. Maple is a poor gnome's score. That is beautiful. But Feeksy's doing what we all love. He's taking the squirrel. And if you want to take a squirrel, then you get the vote in my book as well. We know Feeksy's enjoying gnomes in the Novel League this year. Yes, he's got block and bullseye, so he's going to be throwing, little gnome linemen all over the place. Absolute carnage. Going to be absolute loving it. Plus, then he's got his woodland foxes. So I think if he can keep at least one of his foxes safe, and with the ball as well, it'll be a very interesting day at the office. And I think he's going to have a lot of fun. We know he's going to come into this one. He's already said it's all about the shits and giggles for him as well. So good luck, Mr. Feeks. If I play you, it's just going to be absolutely fun carnage.
I've got one eye on various websites on this screen, finding Yeti related STLs that I can print before tomorrow morning. Because there's so much squirrel glove, we got to respect it. Good luck, Mr. Tom Feeks. I think he could do quite well here. I'm looking forward to any team that have taken bullseye, because I want to see some kind of sniped ball carriers throughout the day. I think he looks like he could have some fun with this roster. Let's go back to high elves then. Why don't you take us through yet another high elf roster here? Darren bringing some more high elfness.
Yep. Good evening, Darren, if you're in chat. This is our second high elf team of the day. Slightly different setup from what we saw previously. So just more dodge. So we've got leader on the warrior, thrower for the extra reroll. We have dodge on both of the dragon princes. We have dodge on both of the white lions. And we've got block again on the high elf lineman as well. Interestingly, instead of going for 12 players and 3 rerolls, we've gone for 13 players and 2 rerolls plus the APOC. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the elves perform with 2 or 3 rerolls. I'm loving it that we've got, several high elf teams on the rosters tonight. How will they survive? Well, they've got the armor 9 against all of those block pieces as well. I know against the Woodies and I know against other teams with armor 8, claws isn't going to make a difference. But I think against any of the big bashy teams that we've looked at earlier, we've looked at the Orcs, we've looked obviously at the Black Orcs, we looked at all the other Necro and Shambling. So I think this team could do well. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do with that armor 9.
Yeah, this was I think as soon as they were available, this was a switch that Darren made to bring these in. Again, it's kind of, I'm finding it difficult to comment too much on the high elves, because I think there is there is maybe some to learn to see them in this new aspect. So I think again it will be one to watch. But we know how good Darren is as a player, so I think he could storm away with these if he hits the ground running with them, or we could kind of start to discover if there are any kind of issues with the team. So Let's see how he gets on and move on to the first showing of an Old World Alliance side. Missing a Yeti, but containing a Tree Man. Tom's gone for Old WA, and he has got here 3 Dwarf Linemen with no additional skills. He has got 1 Halfling in there ready to be yeeted. He has got a Human Blitzer with Mighty Blow. He has got a Troll Slayer with Guard. He has got a Dwarf Blitzer with Guard. He has gone for a Tree Man with Guard. He has gone for a Human Catcher with Block. He has gone for a Human Thrower with Leader, 3 Human Linemen, 3 rerolls, and an Apothecary. OWA just looks solid, and I think this just looks solid. I think he's got the right skills in the right places. OWA already look like they've got the right things in the right places before you even give them a rule set. It would be a surprise to see Tom not do very well with a roster that he himself has just called broken.
Yeah, I did have a quick chat with Tom about this last week, and he told me he was taking OWA, and I think he did feel a bit embarrassed himself in terms of where they are in the current meta. But hey, if it's there, if it's something you can play, good luck to you. I agree with you, Chris. I think Tom is going to possibly be at the top end and the top tables, and possibly pushing for some of the overall awards as well. Yeah, 3 re-rolls. He's got the 1 Halfling Hopeful as well to give him that additional 1-turn touchdown amongst everything else. What's not to love is pure filth on a plate.
Yeah.
Good luck, Mr. Jones.
And Tom is a good player. Tom is a very good player. Tom is a multiple league champion. He's won tournaments. He knows what he's doing.
He's on Team England pathway as well, and he won the Suffolk Subterranean last year with Vampires.
I think we could see this roster go far. We could see Tom go far. This could be the start of a beautiful journey for you, Tom.
Just remember where you came from, Tom, and the people who put you there.
Remember those origins. Let's see how he gets on tomorrow and look at the next roster. Well, I mean, I'm coming back to you, Scott, for, hey, guess what? Yet more high elves.
Yet more high elves. Interesting.
How does this compare?
It compares pretty similarly. We've got Dodge across the 2 Dragon Princes. We've got Dodge on the 2 White Lions as well. We've got Leader again on the Phoenix Warrior. That now seems to be a staple. However, some of the other teams we talked about went with Kick. Here we've gone... Andrew's gone with Block on one of the linemen as well. And instead of going for 13 and 2 rerolls, he's gone for 12 and 3 rerolls, plus the APOC to possibly keep those movement aids pieces on the pitch as well. So it's going to be very interesting how they go. Everybody seems to be going down that, solid route. Let's get those dodge block pieces in place. Let's get dodge and on the claws. For me, again, I would have said when I do take them into one of the next tournaments, I'll probably be putting at least Frenzy or Tackle on one of the White Lions, or even Break Tackle. So suddenly, you can be walking into a nice, easy cage on a 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 up. So I think that's always a nice, juicy one to do as well. So it'll be interesting how this team go. Good luck.
Yeah, claws wrestle break tackle would be a little bit filthy to dive in there, or even leap or something to jump in. So yeah, I mean, it will kind of be interesting to see who finishes highest. I think that will tell us a lot out of these multiple teams that we have got. 3 rerolls and an APOC feels pretty sturdy. Let's see how Andrew gets on. We haven't had a Scrog for a while. We're a bit Scrog light, so we'll see what is next. I don't think we're going to get Scrog next, but I think we're going to get shenanigans, because it is time for the flumps. Another goblin side, Scott with his famous goblins, and we have got a goblin lineman here at the top of the screen. We have got an Ooligan. We have then got a goblin lineman with Pile Driver. Hey, guess what? We've got another goblin lineman with Pile Driver, and after that, we've got a third goblin lineman with Pile Driver. We then have 3, 4 regular goblin linemen, maybe 5 goblin linemen. We have then got a fanatic, which he has put Brawler on. We've got Creek and we've got Fungus, so 3 ball and chain yet again. We've got a train troll that has got strong arm, ready to throw a load of those goblins. We have got a doom diver in play with catch as well. 2 rerolls in this team, 3 bribes in this team. Rig has said, I did not expect to have a mirror match at this tournament, but yes, how fantastic would it be to see both Goblin coaches with 3 balls and chains smacking them balls against each other for 2 hours and 15 minutes, Scott?
Have you been taking lessons from the Finbar Saunders man himself, Mr. Tom Fee, in terms of the double entendre? I'd love to see that 6 ball and chain on the pitch would be absolutely fantastic. We know, you look at that pile driver, 3 bribes as well. So these guys are staying on the pitch. And we know if there's one coach that likes to foul anything on any turn, on any given day of the week, on any dice roll, it's Mr. Scott Norman. So yeah, I would like, and if ever you do, any other coach gets the chance to play Scott Norman, you will have a great game. That's all I will say. So if I get drawn against Scott, fantastic. Looking forward to it already.
I am immediately checking the NAF guidelines on Pile Driver, because we're going by the NAF guidance. So for anyone who ends up against this team, the NAF guidance, Pile Driver does not count towards the limit of fouls per turn. I will repeat that. Pile Driver does not count towards the limit of fouls per turn. Expect Scott Norman to be making the most of that Pile Driver. There is a dirtiest player award, and I do not think Scott is going to let that go to anyone else. You have all been warned. I love it when Scott brings these teams. It's going to be great. Let's go from one goblins to another goblins. We have got another ball and chain, but we've only got the 2. Take us through this goblin lineup, Scott.
So we have Fungus the Loon and Bomber, the 2 finest star players possibly in the Blood Bowl in the Blood Bowl universe. Absolutely. As well as that, we have the 1 Looney with Dodge. We have the Hooligan. We have the Doom Diver without catch. Interestingly, how Scott's playing that as well. We do have the Fanatic with Mighty Blow. Love it. We have a block train troll. We have grab on the other train troll as well to make sure things move around that line of scrummage and move around the pitch. 3 re-rolls. 3 re-rolls and 3 bribes as well. So yes, expect more fouling. Will it be as much a foul off one of the most, what's the name of the trophy, Chris? The most fouls, or just most
dirtiest
fouls?
player?
Dirtiest player. Okay. The dirtiest player, I think there are several players going for that as well, and I hope they meet each other. Good luck. I think this is going to be great.
Yeah, there's lots of goblins here. There's lots of kind of foul heavy teams, lots of bribes throwing around. So I think he could be in for some competition. I think all of these goblins are going to be going for absolute chaos. It's so difficult to decide who I think is going to be the top stunty team here, because there's so many. That with these unique things, I think any of them on their day could have a bit of a clear out.
And if you hadn't got enough goblins or green filth in your life, let's go
more
to the
goblins.
More goblins. This is the man everybody loves. This is Andy. This is the Kesgrave Cutters playing in the league as well. And Chris, walk us through, how many train trolls does he not have? How many? Yeah. And again, another sneaky gate, more bribes. Is the only downside on this. He's only got 2 bribes. That's the only thing I can see. But apart from that, dive and tackle as well, just to throw that in the mix.
Yes. So, I mean, we've got 2 train trolls with block. We've got a Doom Diver with catch. We've then got a Looney with sneaky git. So that's a chainsaw with sneaky git. That's filthy. We've then got Bomber with a Bomber with accurate. We've got a diving tackle lineman. And then we have got Ripper joining the fray, as well as all of those goblin linemen. 2 bribes, a team mascot, and a temporary cheerleader. So we've got a very strength heavy side here. We've got the ability we've got a bullseye throw teammate in there to go along with the Doom Diver. There's a good combination of things. This to me looks like the goblin team that is built the least for shenanigans out of all the ones we've seen, but don't put it past Andy to not still do some.
Definitely. If you were comparing goblin teams, this is the sexy football goblin team. They want to show what goblins can do in terms of promoting why you should play goblins. But yeah, I just think Andy, again, like all the other Goblin coaches, if you're lying on the floor, prepare to be jumped on a lot of times.
Yeah, Andy is going to have some fun with this. I love Andy's logo as well, the detail on the logo. And I don't know whether Andy's mascot is going to be ready in time, but hopefully it is, because it looks absolutely phenomenal. Let's go to the next side then. It is
Dave Rue, the Prince of Ipswich. Dave Rue, you might have tingles all over yourself, but what are you doing? Why are you taking OWA, Dave? Why? What's in it for that, Dave?
But he has redeemed himself by his star player choice.
Yeah, I suppose I'll give him that one as well. Plus, of course, he's always got his cuteness to to show off around the pitch as well. So yes, Chris, take us through how Dave's looking at OWA.
Dave has gone for 2 dwarf linemen with no skills. He's gone for a dwarf blitzer with guard. He has gone for a troll slayer. He has gone for a human blitzer with mighty blow, a human thrower with leader, a human catcher with block. He has got the tree man. He has got the halfling hopeful. He has then got another couple of human linemen thrown in there. And then we have got the mighty Scrog coming in. So we have got a tree and Scrog in this side. He's got a strength 6 to throw that halfling into any trouble. He has got Scrog to go in and bash its way around. He has got 2 rerolls in this team. I mean, this is looking incredible. I mean, this looks like a strong option. This looks like a team that Dave is going to have a good day with, and we all know that Scrog gives him a little tingle in his willy as well.
I'll take your word for that, Chris. But if Dave is tingling, then I'm sure he's going to have a very fun day as well. I'm looking forward to how he plays the OWA with Skorg, and then we can compare it to someone like Tom, who's not playing the star player setup as well. And may I ask why you are rummaging in behind you there, Chris?
Well, because BB Nut's just been really rude about my New York Rangers hat, so I was just finding a different hockey team hat. But I can't immediately. Here we go. This isn't his team either, but it's the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it's covered in paint. Dave's going to have a good day, I'm sure, and all the best to you, Dave. I hope you enjoy that side. Why don't you take us through Dazza Mac's rather lovely looking orc side? Oh, Maple Leafs are worse. Oh, fucking hell, Ben.
Ben, keep giving them shit. Please do that as well. Even Dazamaki's in chat as well. I knew he said he was going to play orcs. So again, a bit like Luke, as we talked about at the top of this podcast and transmission as well. We saw Luke go on the star player with Varag as well. So what's Dazza done? He's only got the big guy, and he's only got Ripper up there as well. So as well as Ripper, what else have we got? And the second troll. So we've got block on the 2 big unblockers, 1 for team captain. We've got the 2 cards. We've got the 2 guards. Oh, I need another beer. We've got the 2 sure hands as well. We have 12 players, 2 rerolls. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting how this one plays out as well. Dazza, as we know, is a very, very good player with his orcs as well. Plus, is he going to take home the trophy for little Dazza Mac? I've got Dazza and Tom Hunt as possibly 2 of my top coaches for the title tomorrow.
This does look pretty solid. The team captain is going to be helpful, I'm sure. Like you say, having also gone for the 2 trolls, but he's got the strength 6 over the strength 5. I think it'd be really interesting if this comes up against Luke in a mirror match. I don't know how much they would enjoy it, but I think I think it'd be really interesting to see which orc team goes best with this. We'll see how they get on. Responding to a few things in chat. The chat is insane today. Skrork doesn't play hockey. You know that Skrork has hit a spear ball across the ice with a stick at some point. So don't tell me Scrog doesn't play hockey. And a shout out to BB Nut. It's the Nut Cup tomorrow, and there is a horrible dwarf Scrog roster in there as well. I'm glad that he is getting the Scrog glove where he is, as well as we are here in the East. Okay, we're on the home stretch, Scott. We've only got 3 rosters left. Let's look at the next one. It is Phil. It is his Nurgle side. It is another star player coming in, but a slightly different star player here. We have got Lord Borak, the Despoiler, coming in. We have then got 4 bloaters, 2 with guard, and 2 with monstrous mouth. Some chomping to be happening. 2 Pestigores, both with block. 5 rotter linemen in this roster, so no rot spawn here. 2 rerolls, 1 mascot, and a temporary cheerleader. Think back, Scott, to the other rosters that we have, the other Nurgle roster that we have had. That one did have 2 strength 5s. This one doesn't. I'm not sure which one. I think the monstrous mouth is a really fun choice, and I think that's what I'm keen to see how well Phil does with that tomorrow.
I think as well that combination of the monstrous mouth plus having Lord Borak next to it is going to be really, really interesting as well. From what I heard, since last saw Phil, apparently he's grown as well. So looking forward to seeing him filling out those, tops and jerseys, etc. So see you in the morning, Phil. Yeah, this is a really good, fun team. 2.5 re-rolls. Is it going to be enough? Yeah, possibly as well. So I'm going to be, for me, this is about how does Lord Borak fit in with all of these bloaters, and then interesting as well how Mark does that as well. So yeah, watch this. No rotters.
Good luck.
Sorry, no rotters. No, what's the name of the big
rot spawn?
Rot spawn. Sorry, yeah, been a long.
It's all right, Scott. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. I know you need another drink. I've got Poirot to watch.
Need another drink.
We need to get to the end of this.
Traveling back from Ireland today and not enough beer. Yeah, it's always a potent mix. Should we move on to Don't Call Me Flossie? One of the best names already in the tournament for these ogres, the Arnold Schwarzenegger ogres. Love it already. Gets my vote. Yeah. Do you want to go through the names as well? We talked about quality names. Give us your rundown on the names. Not as much block as you, Chris, but a couple of nice break tackle pieces and the leader in it as well. And the names. What do you think?
Yes, I think the names make this team the best stunty team of the day for me. Absolutely. Flossie is really good with stunty teams as it is. And this looks like a really strong lineup. He has got leader on his punter, 2 break tackle blockers and 3 block blockers. Sneaky get on the Noblar. He has then got the roster up to 16 with 2 rerolls and an apothecary. He has gone for a temporary cheerleader. He has not got rookies in this one. BB Nut, yes, I did say Poirot. I'm a big fan. And the naming of these, I don't know which is my favorite because I'm looking through them and some of them are very good. I do quite like Danny Minoga. I am a big fan of Noberto Salado as well. That's very good. Yeah, it's difficult to pick a favorite. Novak Djokovic is also. It's better when you say it out loud.
It is. Do you think 2 rerolls is going to be a help or a hindrance for this one, Chris?
I think two and leader is going to be good. I think.
Yeah.
That's one more permanent one than me. I've got a mascot rather than the second permanent reroll. I was toying with the idea of, and I'd be interested what people think. I was toying with the idea of putting pro on one of the ogres, maybe on the punter, to kind of have more regular chances of reroll. But yeah, I think leader's the obvious choice, and I think this looks good. And you can never discount Flossie going for, if not the tournament win, for the Stunty Cup. And I think he's got to be favorite. I think he's got to be favorite for sure. Okay, why don't you walk us through then the final roster on the list? It is Zolcath and GC's trip to the marina. It's Amazons with the Zotes. Tell us what this looks like.
So it's not Amazons with the Halfling Master Chef that we saw earlier, as you said, Chris. This is Halflings with the Zote. Again, the second team with the Zote big boy as well. So he's got the Hypno on, excuse me, RU Zote special action as well. Plenty of dodge in there. Block guard on the 2 Jaguar Warriors. Block on 1 Piranha Warrior. Wrestle on the other Piranha Warrior. So obviously we know who's going to go and try and get that ball as well. 3 rerolls. Plus the Zote. So if he can open up the cage with that Hypno, then I think he's got a good chance of getting in, getting the ball up and getting out again as well. It's going to be very interesting if that Hypno works. Again, as we said earlier, it is now on a 3+.
Yep. Well, the Zote is not on a 3. The Zote is just free. It just happens.
Oh, sorry, it is free, yeah.
Yeah. So he can just he declares that he's distracted, and he is simply distracted. So Amazons with a star player. I mean, Amazons are so good anyway. You chuck a star player in, you've got 3 rerolls, you've got an APOC to make up for the fact that maybe you don't have any subs in there.
Yeah.
Again, I think this can just do very well. I think Amazons will just do very well. I'll be interesting. I'll be really interested. I would like to play one of the teams that has got the Zote in, because I don't think I've ever actually played against him, and I'd really like to kind of see how it goes. It could be good. So those are all the rosters in our very, very star player heavy. To answer BB Nuts' question about questioning that the Zote is allowed, all star players are allowed in this tournament, and we are seeing a lot of them. Scott, give me your gut reaction then. Give me your best bet, your best thing to take to the bookies for the winner of this tournament, and give me your Stunty Cup winner as well.
In terms of my initial reaction, it's you've let the cat out of the bag, Chris, as TO. You've really said, guys, fill your boots, and people have really, really filled their boots. So that was the purpose of it. The Ipswich Classic is all about having fun, having a good day and entertainment. And I think that's what a lot of the coaches are embracing as well. Looking forward to seeing how the star players go. I don't think it will be a star player team winning the cup. My money at the moment is looking at more. I think Tom Huns has got a good chance with those filthy OWA. I think that's where we're looking at the moment anyway. So I think it's going to be heavily contested though. I think Dazza is going to give him a real run for his money. The Arnold Schwarzeneggers, I think, do start as favourite, but I know with all of those goblins and all of that shenanigans, we should wait and see. But hey, who knows? This is Blood Bowl. Someone like, the Orcs that we've talked about previously from Mr. Baggett could come in. Mr. Reader and his Necro, and even Mr. Dave Rue, the Prince of Ipswich, and his Tingling Willie could cause an upset, all 3.
I think Scrog is the real winner, but I think if I have to put a guess on someone, Tom Huns has got to be up there in for a shout. I think Darren could also be in for a shout if the High Elves behave themselves. But then also, I think Dazza and Luke, both those Orc rosters look absolutely disgusting. It's difficult to pick a winner. I would like to see Tom Huns win, but Tom Huns does better when I tell him he's not going to do well. So Huns is taking home the wooden spoon, and Luke is going for the title. As far as the Stunty Cup goes, there's a lot of goblins in there, and there's a lot of goblins that I think could do very well. I think the gnomes could do really well in Tom Feeks, but I have to give it to, I can't not put my money on Flossie, I think, and those Arnold Schwarzeneggers. Pun wise, top class, team looks good. He knows what he's doing with those stunty teams, and I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Thank you everyone in chat. Thank you everyone for being so enthusiastic. I am so looking forward to tomorrow. I know you all are as well.
Should we be excited by the dice and the merch, Chris?
There are dice, of course. The trophies look fantastic. I'll be sending my printer on a 12-hour spree of printing tiny Yetis, probably, or probably not. I don't know. We'll see. A few things then, if you're still watching, thank you for staying on. I know we've been going for nearly an hour and a half on this. Have a contact detail ready for Suffolk Archives in one way, shape, or form, or someone that you know is coming. If you're going to be late at all, please just let us know, and we will make sure that we wait for you. Try and turn up. Pitch wise, please, if you are bringing a pitch, I encourage you to bring a cardboard GW pitch. The tables are quite narrow, so what some of the neoprene pitches will flop over the side of the table. If you want to bring a neoprene pitch, bring some cardboard dugouts as well. I would thoroughly recommend that, just to make sure that you have them on. Everyone's going to have enough space, but the tables are quite narrow, so please do remember to bring that. Bring all of the things you need. Remember everything. Bring all this enthusiasm. It is going to be a great day. Scrog for the win. Thank you very much, Scott. Thank you, everybody, for being with us this evening. We'll see you tomorrow.